Good morning, this is Kasturi Day. Today I am going to continue with the ecosystem chapter according to ICSE syllabus class 8. Okay, so in my last video I discussed about the pyramids of the ecological pyramids. Then I discussed the symbiosis, the relationship between the abiotic and the biotic components. Okay, so now I'm going to start another relationship between the biotic components, that is the parasitic relationship, that is parasitism. Okay, it is an association between two organisms in which one organism benefits at the expense of the other. That means one organism gets the benefit and the other loses the. Okay, so the organism which again gets the benefit is the parasite, and the other organism on which the parasite lives and destroys that parasite and draws nutrients from them, that is the host. Okay, so next is parasitism. Again, it's a continuation. Here the parasites completely depend on the host plant for nutrition. Okay, the parasite depends on the host plant for nutrition. Totally it depends from the host on the host plant. If it depends totally on the host plant, then it is known as total parasite. For example, cascata. Okay, and if the plant, if the parasite depends on the host partially for the nutrition, then it is a partial parasite. For example is mistletoe 2. Okay, this cascata, the example of total parasite, the cascata, it lacks the chlorophyll, so totally it depends on the host for nutrition and slowly kills the host plant. Okay, then in case of mistletoe, here it has chlorophyll, it manufactures its own food, but depends on the host plant for like mango and teak for water and certain nutrients. Okay, it depends on it has the chlorophyll and it can manufacture its own food, but it depends on the plant, on the host plant for its water, getting water and certain nutrients from the host plant. Okay, host okay, and for example it's mango and teak. Then when the parasites, they live outside the host body, that is ectoparasite, for example ticks. Okay, or leech, you can say, it depends, it lives outside the host body, and if it lives inside the host body, it is endoparasite, that is tapeworms. Okay, next we come to predation. Its predation is another relationship in which between two organisms, in which one organism hunts and kills the other organism for food. Okay, so the organism which hunts, that is the predator. For example, lion. In this picture you can say the lion, this is a cheetah, it's a picture of a cheetah which is the predator, and the deer which it is hunting, it is the prey. Okay, organism, it is being killed for food, so that is the prey. Okay, so this is the relationship, the three relationships are there: symbiosis, then we come to this is parasitism, and then is predation. Next we come to types of ecosystem. Okay, so there are two types of ecosystem. One is natural, another is artificial or man-made. Okay, so the natural ecosystem has been divided into two types, that is terrestrial and aquatic, and artificial are different types, or man-made, you can say, ecosystem. It has been created by man. This ecosystem has been created by man, like garden, park, aquarium, crop fields, etc. In this natural ecosystem, there are two types I told you: terrestrial, that is land-based, and aquatic, that is water-based. Now terrestrial are of three types, that is desert, grasslands, and forest. And aquatic or water-based, that is this ecosystem, that is of four types, you can say: pond, river, seas, lakes, etc. For it where there is water, the ecosystem present in that aquatic medium, that is the aquatic ecosystem. Okay. Now, in this chapter or in your syllabus, it is the forest ecosystem that you want, that you will study with. Okay. So, we come to forest ecosystem. This forest ecosystem is one of the largest and the most complex ecosystem, and it occupies about one third. This forest occupies about one third of the land on the earth, and this forest is rich source of biodiversity because lots of animals and plants are seen in this forests. So about in India, it is about 1/5 of the total land area of our country is forest. Then it can be of several types like temperate or tropical depending on the temperature. It can be wet or dry forest depending on the rainfall. It can be evergreen or deciduous forest depending on the occurrence of the flora. Okay, so the components of the forest ecosystem next we are coming into. Okay. So there are different components of the forest ecosystem. The main two components, that is biotic and abiotic or biotic components. These abiotic components are the non-living components and biotic components are the living components, that is the producer, consumer and decomposer. There is another one component I told you, this is the cultural component which is created by man. So in this forest ecosystem, we are going to study the abiotic and the biotic components. So first let me start with the producers, that is the biotic component. Okay, so here it consists of different plants and animals. Okay, that is the flora and fauna. Flora is the plants, fauna is the and both of them are together, they are the producers, consumers and decomposers, this biotic component. Now the producers are generally herbs, shrubs, trees, the wide variety of grasses, ferns, then creepers, berries, herbs and shrubs. Okay, and trees in the forest give home to thousands of birds and animals. Okay, so this is about the producers of the forest. Next we come to consumers. Now consumers are the herbivores. First is the primary consumer, that is the herbivores. These herbivores are deer, nilgai, elephants which feed on the grasses and shrubs. Then there are leaf hoppers, bugs, beetles and so on that feed on the grasses and the leaves of the trees. Okay, this is the primary consumer. Secondary consumers, the carnivores animals. Secondary, tertiary, quaternary, these are all carnivores animals. Okay, so these include tigers, foxes, then which consume their prey largely by predation. Okay, and then large number of predatory birds are there like eagle, kite. Okay, so these are the about the carnivores. Next we come to omnivores. Omnivores are I told you these omnivores are generally what do you say, this which eat both plants and animals. Okay, like vultures etc are also present in this forest. Now we come to decomposers. Decomposers are those which include bacteria and fungi. They feed on the dead animals, dead and decaying organisms, and they include both plants and animals. Okay, so they feed on the dead and decaying matters, I told you. Okay, next we come to the abiotic components of the forest ecosystem, that is I told you the non-living components. Okay, this forest air is rich in oxygen because lots of plants are there. Flora is rich in flora because lots of plants are there, and each plant they carry on the photosynthesis, and by which they release oxygen into the Air. So the air in the forest is rich in oxygen. They have water in several water bodies. Then organic and inorganic compounds are there in the trees and then also in the soil. The dead remains of the plants and animals are also present in the forest ecosystem. Then the climatic factors are sunlight, temperature, rainfall and humidity. Okay. Next we come to the layers of the forest. There are three layers of the forest. One is forest floor, the underneath layer, then the understory layer, and then is the emergent, that is the topmost layer. Okay, so the forest floor, it consists of the forest soil, okay, decomposing leaves, dead animals and animal droppings and dead trees. Okay, now there are decomposing substances on the floor form this new soil. Okay, decomposing substances which after the animals and plants which die, they fall on the floor of the forest and they form the new soil. There are seedlings of different plants, ferns, mosses, grasses and mushrooms are also present on the forest floor. Next we come to understory, the second layer. That is the layer which receives very little sunlight. Only shade-loving bushes, shrubs or young trees are found here. Next is the topmost layer is the emergent layer, which has the small tall trees that reach the height of about 50 to 60 meter. Okay, and these are only found in these forests. And then there's for example is the tropical rainforest. Okay, so these are the about the layers of the forest. And now my next video I'll continue with the types of the forests. Okay, so let me stop here. If you have liked the video, please press the like button, and if you have any doubt, please do write in the comment box. Okay, and you can also give suggestions to improve my video, so that can help you a lot. And if you are a new viewer to my channel or not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to get the notification of my next video. Thank you.